All right, all right. Let's jump right into this. Hello, hello. Um, Let me do what I do, baby. Let me do what I do, baby. Let me go on ahead and do what I do. Make it do what it do. Yep, yep. What is good to all my folks in the neighborhood? All right. Welcome aboard. Welcome in, y'all. Welcome in. I'm getting things lined up now. Hello, everybody. Write a quick hello message to me. Let me know who's in here. I can't see y'all, man. So yeah, let me send this right now. And we off. All right. What is good, y'all? Hey, hey, what is good? What is good? Happy Monday to y'all. Uh, Sugar Shane, salute, baby, salute. I do this for y'all. Hey, Rex, follow that guy. If y'all are looking in the chat and you see, well, follow all these guys. Rex, I personally know him. He's a great guy. He does a lot of footy. So if you're not making money in all sports, follow the breakdown sports because we have guys who pretty much bet on everything. So Rex is great with footy. He's great with college ball. So look for that. If you need some soccer, we call American football or American soccer here, if you will. Uh, Rex is the guy. All right, let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it. I feel good. I had a great day yesterday. Um, Wound up going with the model on a lot of plays, and the model started off kind of shady. Well, pretty good, and then uh, games that I really didn't like, they didn't hit, and I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. I even said it. Hey, I don't like these picks, but I am going to go with the model and see what's going on here. So that's what I did. I went with the model, and the model ended up 3-3. I did take a risk and parlayed the Kings and Lakers, and that hit. So that was good. So actually, money wise, bankroll wise, it was pretty good. Um, as far as the bets go for today, I haven't really gotten there just yet. I haven't gotten there yet, and the reason why is a lot of these games. It seems like it really doesn't matter where the number is. It does not matter at all where that number is. Um, these games are kind of, if you ask me, um, I think they're good for the taking. I think they're really good for the taking. So if you do like the teams that you're heavy on, take those teams now. There's a reason why the Pacers number got as high as it did. It was a reason why a lot of these teams are still in a position where they have to put their foot on the gas. Pacers is one of those teams. All right, let's get into the plays for today. The first play I've got here, I was actually taking some notes. I keep these notebooks, man. So this is old school for me. I was taking notes on the game, as I always do, just kind of seeing what some angles are. And I usually like to try to write it down. I was looking at the Washington and Atlanta game. That line is way too large, if you ask me. The model had this game at Atlanta -3. And I thought actually that the Wizards would be the better team in this case here. So the model likes the Wizards to cover. I would agree with that model. The reason why I'm not on the game is because you do have a sharp decline with Bradley Beal being gone. Um, and so that's always a factor. But I do like some of these set pieces. As long as you have Russell Westbrook, he can get everyone involved. You do take away a point scorer, if you will, with Beal being gone. But I mean, this is the same team, man. This is the same team that got slapped around by Indy. And that was a must-win game, if you ask me, for Atlanta to make a statement and for them to get smacked the way they did. And then Wizards come around and beat Indy in overtime. So if you ask me where the momentum is, a saying that I always have is it's easier to fill a car with gas than it is to fix a flat tire. And that is exactly the case right here, where you do have an instance to where Washington, in my opinion, is a better team at this moment, how they're playing ball. May not be the better team, but I believe they are the better team at this very moment. And so if you ask me, that game opened up at Atlanta -6.5. It got steamed up to -8. And of course, that's because of a lot of money coming in on Bill being gone. Personally, I don't care if he's gone. I still like Rui. I still like Davis Bertans. I still like this kid, Daniel Gafford. So in this case, I would definitely play Washington. I haven't gotten to the window yet on this one, but the model says that Washington will cover this game. Next game, we've got Pacers at Cleveland. Now, this is a game, if you ask me, man, this was a game that the Pacers really need to really get it together. First, they switched spots, so now they've lost to Washington, and they can't go on a downward spiral. If I'm right, the Pacers are 3.5 games in front of Chicago. In front of Chicago, 3.5 games. That's not a good cushion that you want to have. So this is a game to where Pacers are going to put their foot on the gas. They have to. They can't afford to toy around how Phoenix Suns did. If you remember when Phoenix played against Cleveland, they kind of had their foot off the gas from the get-go. And this is, if you ask me, one of those games to where if they do, what's up, Mark? If they do, man, it's a problem. If they let this game almost get away like the Phoenix Suns did, and Phoenix had to take them into overtime to beat them, Pacers are not going to be able to do that. Pacers are not going to be able to do that. So I see this game looking, if you ask me, man, I see this game looking like how they played OKC and put up like $150 on them. And OKC didn't even clear 100, I don't believe. It was just a nasty game. So I did already get to the window on this game. I don't care about the number. It was steamed for a reason. But yeah, they can easily win by 20, man. I mean, the model is calling this game Pacers -13. So if you can respect that model's number, this is one of those games again, just like the other one. I believe Washington can outright beat Atlanta. They were different teams versus where they were in January. That last game, everybody, just to take a step back, they're looking at that Atlanta game, 100-116, like, oh, that was an ass whooping. Man, they had just gotten off a back-to-back. They had lost to Houston and New Orleans the nights before. Like, this is a completely different squad, man. Completely different. So with that said, it's a game in the Wizards' hands. I believe this game is definitely in Indy's hands. Indy is going to go out here and just do what they do. Also, Indy plays terrible at home, but they've got a great record on the road. They've got a better record on the road. They're 19-15, so they're over 500 on the road, you know? So in this case here, Cleveland's terrible at home. They got a little better record on the road. So the tables have swapped here, if you ask me. So this is a perfect game for Cleveland. I don't see what the issue is here. This has got to be turned around, or I'm sorry, not for Cleveland, for Indy. They've got to turn this around and turn it around fast. All right, next game, I've got New Orleans at Memphis Grizzlies. Who is watching New Orleans put in this work right now, man? Who is watching New Orleans do this? It is crazy. Crazy, absolutely crazy what New Orleans is doing without Zion. I could even really not care about Brandon Ingram. Now, I love the kid. I love him, but he's just has not been there. He has not been right. Something's been wrong with him defensively. He's not closing out. He's not getting to his rotations. He's just not looking solid. He's not looking like the Brandon Ingram that was traded from Los Angeles. So I'm not too concerned that he's kind of out of there. If you ask me, the X factor has really been Zoe. So this line right now, it's got, and it's crazy too. Memphis, it's steaming up too, -9.5. Right? I don't know. I don't get that. Even before I looked at the models number, I'm like, that's too high for Memphis because Memphis is another team who loses at home, bro. They lose at home. They can put in that work on the road, but at home they lose. Alan, what's good, baby? What's good? I got you. So, yeah, the model is saying New Orleans wins this game by 1 point. Now, This is based off last 10, last 5 efforts. So this is already taken into consideration that they haven't played with Zion the last 2 games. So that gives me cause for pause also, to where the model is still showing that New Orleans wins this game, and that line is that high, and it's steaming up. It got down to 9, and now it's back up to 9.5. So kind of be careful about those numbers. Look at the VIG also. The VIG may move from like 9 minus 110 to 9.5 minus 105. So that VIG, man, just pay attention to that. It's one of those things really to where it's a telltale sign. It looks like the steam is porting to Memphis. Memphis also has to win, man. They have to win right now. But New Orleans, remember, San Antonio is in a bad position. They're in a bad position with the games they have coming up here. So this could be a time to where we thought from like, wait a minute, is New Orleans tanking the rest of are they trying not to get to the playoffs? But as you can see, man, something was really wrong with Zion. Griffin got on the phone, called the commissioner, called Silver, called the officiating organizations like, yo, y'all are hacking the shit out of this man. What's going on? So it's a true injury. It's definitely a true injury. But still, 9.5, the way New Orleans has just been playing, bro. I mean, New Orleans has been playing some good ball without Zion. They're a little more loose, and they don't have to worry about forcing him the ball, because when Zion's on the floor, you're going to force it to him. So they're playing a little loose. I mean, they beat Charlotte, man, 110 to 112. I mean, that's, in my opinion, Charlotte at home is a hard team. I don't care if they don't have Devontae Graham. That's a hard squad. They barely lost to Philly. They covered. For what it's worth, Philly, I don't know if they were all in it or not. They didn't really have to play anybody because they had a back-to-back. They beat Golden State off a back-to-back. So there is some upside to this team. Now, Golden State was the last team or last game that Zion had played, but there's some upside to this team. So the model has New Orleans winning this game outright by 1 point. I would agree with the model. I believe that line is way too high for Memphis. However, it's not steamed down. You can see how the Pacers line got steamed. It opened at 4.5, and now it's at like 8 minus 9. That's the type of work that you would see sharps get on pretty early. Not this line. So either people are not interested, or they're a little too hesitant to play a team that does not have Zion on it. That would obviously look like they're tanking. So if I were to look at this game, I'm gonna probably play Memphis. I haven't gotten there just yet, but I'll probably play, or excuse me, what the fuck am I saying? I'll probably play New Orleans. Sorry, no way I would play Memphis at home by that many points. You're telling Memphis to win by double digits, essentially. And that's a lot. I know they need to win, but New Orleans might have found some life. If they're comparing schedules, they might have found some life. So if I were looking at this game, I may get to this game. I'm looking at New Orleans Pelicans. Just give me those points. That's the only way I could look. Next game, Milwaukee Bucks at the Spurs. This is another line, if you ask me. The Bucks don't have to play motivated. They just have to win, right? They just have to win. And so looking at this, it's San Antonio plus 7.5. It's gotten steamed down. It's at 7 now. It's like that for a reason. It's like that for a reason. And the reason why is because San Antonio's trying to do whatever they can to stay in this playoff, right? Man, trust. San Antonio can't lose any games at all. They will literally force their own selves out of the play-in tournament. So looking at this game, San Antonio being a home dog, the model has this game actually as Milwaukee winning by 10. Milwaukee winning by 10. This is a model, or I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. Bucks are 0-9 ATS against the Southwest Division. That's the trend, and that's something to look at, right? So if you've got the Bucks, if you look at the standings, there's a little bit of gap. I mean, you definitely want to, get to the number 1 spot. It's fine if you don't. But this game seems like a motivated game on the Spurs end. So I believe, man, they're going to be doing a little watching. Trust me, that game, the New Orleans game tips off at 8 Eastern. They're at 8:30. Trust me, bro. They will be in the locker room seeing how motivated New Orleans is. Okay? So I wouldn't rush to this game. If you see New Orleans gets off to a heavy start, man, I'm telling you right now, you should look at San Antonio doing the same. So if I was at If I was looking at this game, I won't get there. Even though the Bucks are slated to win, I think San Antonio can get hot. So the model says Bucks. I like San Antonio, especially at home dogs, man. I mean, Pop is just a great coach. So it's one of those things, man, to where, hey, it's an easy play to make. If this line goes to 6, man, I think I will get there with the Bucks. But for right now, I'm off this game until probably later. Model says Bucks. I like Spurs, so we're at odds there. Next game I'm looking at is Utah at Golden State. You better believe Golden State can win this damn game, yo. You better believe they can. Utah wants to keep their foot on the gas because they want to stay in that number 1 spot. But this has got Golden State written all over it. Golden State is +2. The model has Utah, Golden State Warriors has Utah winning this game by ½ a point. Bro, I am on Golden State. Golden State heavy. Golden State. And if you ballsy with me, I'll post my Golden State money line because I believe this is a game that they could win outright against the Jazz. They are more than motivated, beyond motivated. So if you're looking for a play that I'm leaning heavy on, it's Golden State. I'll take the 2, and then I'll take the Golden State money line. I will do that. I really like that. Model has Jazz barely winning this game, and you know the type of game Jazz play. They don't have any answer for Steph. You're not going to put Rudy Gobert out of the paint, right? Dre can pretty much like it or love it, man. Love it or hate it, if you will. But Dre is very cerebral. The kid might be as annoying as they come, but he studies film. He watches games. He knows his foe. Trust me, he knows his foe. So will he be an extra step on Rudy? He could keep Rudy distracted, and I do like that. And then Steph is just going to shoot because he's Steph. So, I like that. Warriors are 21-8 straight up in home game where the total is greater than or equal to 220. That's sharp right there, Rex. So that's going to be a play for me. Right now, I'm looking at Golden State +2 and Golden State money line. That's my play right now. I will post that. I don't think the Jazz have a chance here. Not at all. Not home. And Golden State is on a tear right now. So I do like that. All right. And last game, we've got Houston Rockets at Portland Trailblazers. Another motivated team. Bro, Motto has this game, Portland Trailblazers winning by 17 points. 17. Portland's on a tear right now. They are on a tear. And they're just doing whatever they can to keep their ass out of the play-in. They don't want no parts of the play-in at all. Nobody really wants it, but the Lakers. They can take the smoke. But in this case here, we see that this line had opened up at 12.5. So it opened up at 12.5, man. That line is at 14.5 now, and I'm not even afraid. I will step all on that because this is a game. There's 3 games where I think teams won't reach 100. I don't think Cleveland is going to reach 100. I don't think Houston is going to reach 100. And I don't know, man. I kind of don't know if even Memphis will make 100. So, yeah, Houston does stink. You're right about that, bro. Houston is trash. Houston is absolutely trash. So if I'm looking at this game, my coin is heavy on Portland. I don't usually bet Portland much at all. I kind of stay away from Portland. Living there for 4 years, I've kind of looked at their routine and how they play. But if you look at trends, man, they come alive around this time, getting ready for the playoffs. People are overlooking them. They're just like, oh, it's Portland. And they just heat up, man. They just heat the hell up. So they are cooking with propane right now. They are going to come in on fire. Trust me, in the playoffs. Now, what happens with 7 games, that's another story, but they will come in on fire. So if you ask me, another play I will make is Portland minus, I don't give 2 shits what the number is. I don't care. Give me Portland minus, I don't give a damn, because they are going to crush that squad tonight. So, yeah, Houston is a no look for me. Portland is in a position to where they can't take teams easy, so they're just going to come out. Yeah, Bakari. It is one of those times, man. They're just going to come out on fire. They're honestly going to come out on fire. So I like Portland. Model has this game. Portland, minus 17 points, and I've never seen the model dish out that many points to Portland. They've been playing some scrubby teams, and they've just been taking care of business. So looking at this game, I like Portland heavy. So right now, I've already gotten to the window on Indy. Give me Indy. I don't give a damn what the number is. I believe I got it at 9, and that's fine. Indy, I don't care what the number is. Give it to me. That is a double-digit win. I think I am going to get to the window on New Orleans. I'm leaving Milwaukee alone and San Antonio alone. Split, I don't know if it's going to continue to drop. I mean, that's telling, man, because if it's continuing to drop, don't be surprised if you see somebody maybe sit out for the Jazz, right? Let's look at the standings real quick here. Because the standings will paint a picture for you. Will paint an actual picture for you. So looking at these standings, man. First off, there's still no Donovan. Split, in my opinion, bro. Utah, 50 and 18. So this is how this is going to work. Oh, well, it just went away. I believe the Suns are going to top that division. I believe. I just feel it. I feel it. And so it's going to tell me a story. I want to see where this line is, or not the line, but where the records are. Because I believe they're tied so Phoenix is 48 and 20. Phoenix is 48 and 20. So that's good. What that's telling you is the Jazz could take a game off. They could sit somebody. In their opinion, they're going to think of this as a meaningless game because it doesn't benefit them at all to play. It really doesn't. So you can sit some people out. Even though the line shows that the money is coming in on Golden State, I wouldn't be surprised, man, to be honest with you. I would not be surprised at all. So if this line drops, it's telling. And what that tells you is that maybe Utah don't get all their shooters involved. Right? So if I were looking at this game, I would get on Golden State now while there's value, because the line could easily go down another point and a half. This could be a pick 'em. I don't think it goes down that much. I mean, 2 points, you're talking about tens of millions of dollars, not just, millions. So easily, if you like Golden State, take them now. That line going down is very telling. 5 points, they just either think they're not going to get up to shoot. It's definitely not towards Curry. I guarantee you that, Split. It's definitely not towards Curry. So that's more of an angle toward the Jazz. So let's look out for those injury reports and see what happens with that. All right. So those are the plays, man. I do like the position that I'm in today with some of these games. I can see the board a lot better when I'm looking at it and having it paint a picture for me. And I just think a lot of these teams are in some good positions where they got to bring the hammer down. And these are games on today that are doing so. So thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for coming out. I really appreciate it. Spliff, appreciate you, brother. Everybody who's come out, man. I'm gradually just getting into this show. What I'm doing now really is coming home on my lunch break and being able to get these games down to y'all. So the lunch break is really huge for me. I try to get in all the information early in the morning and then run the model or see how those numbers look, and then from there just try to get it to y'all. All right, and I hope that y'all get something from it. To be honest with you, man, I hope y'all are getting something from this. I promise you, I'll get better and better and better and better and better. Until next time, y'all, I appreciate you. Make sure you tune in today. We'll go over the picks again. Follow me at It's Derl on Twitter. I will post my picks. And until later on today, man, y'all be safe.